Sales. Well, if the word sales puts a shiver up your spine, then this episode is for you. Because today I'm going to be talking about sales, but not in the way that you might be used to hearing about it. For so many business owners that I've worked with and people that I've spoken to, and definitely even for me at a time in the past, which I'll tell you about a little bit after, selling can feel really awkward, it can feel pushy, and it can also feel a bit fake. And if you've ever thought to yourself, oh my God, I hate sales, I want you to hear this. Selling is not about convincing anybody to buy something that they don't want. That's not sales, right? Selling is a form of service. Selling is the natural progression and step that happens when somebody who is looking for some type of help gets to understand who you are and how you provide that help, and they say, yes, that is for me. And so I don't want you to think about sales in a way that you're trying to convince anyone or push anyone into anything, because that does feel really yucky and it's not what sales is all about. What I want you to know is that there are already people out there that are looking for exactly what you offer. People who need the transformation, people who need the support, people who are looking for the type of experience that you provide. And your job is not to convince them that they should want it. Your ideal clients already want it. Your job is to help them see how your offer meets the needs that they already have. And think about this. People are continuously spending money. People love spending money. People spend money on all kinds of things, and not just what they need to survive. People buy things that enrich their lives. People buy experiences. People buy things that will help them relax and have more ease and help them achieve their goals and help them produce something faster than they could do for themselves. People pay for travel, they pay for coaching, they pay for courses, they pay for clothes, they pay for home improvements, for hobbies, they pay for hiring things that they don't want to buy for themselves. And they're not just buying products or services. They are buying experiences, they are buying growth, they're buying solutions to the challenges that they face. And so every business owner, every coach, every service provider brings a different flavor to the table. This is really important. There is no one correct coach in the world. And I know this to be true because in my journey over the last 10 years, I have worked with multiple coaches, multiple different business coaches, training providers, experts, all different people to help me with my business, my coaching skills, my personal growth. And here's what I've learned is that I've taken something different away from each and every one of them. I couldn't tell you the amount of business coaches that I've worked with, and I've never ever gone, oh, that was the one golden business coach that changed everything for me. No, I've learned something and taken from something from everybody I've learned. It's all of those different aspects that have added to it. And so this is what I want you to think about for your business as well, is that it's unlikely that people are ever going to make one decision in their whole life about a particular purchase of the thing that you offer, right? This is what I know for sure. And like I said, I've worked with all these different types of service providers myself. Some people have helped me refine my strategy. Some people have helped me deepen my mindset work. Some people have helped me to connect with my vision in a whole new way. And I've seen the same pattern with my clients as well. I've had clients who've come to work with me who have worked with other business coaches before, and they just got something different from those people. I've had people that come to work with me, and this is something that I even knew, especially actually when I was teaching NLP. When I was teaching NLP training courses, there were definitely companies around that had been around for longer, that were delivered by people that had doctor in front of their name, that had bigger trainings, they had more resources, they had a whole lot of things that could make them look more, bigger, better, whatever. But I still knew that people would choose to come to my training because it wasn't all of that. And this is what I want you to know, there's no perfect thing for every single person. And you're not for every single person. You're for the people who want to work with you. Recently, I had this experience where one of my clients told me about it. And she told me that before joining my business and mindset coaching program, that she had spoke to a few other business coaches. And she spoke to some other ones that I know, and I don't have any problem with these people. But she said to me, she goes, I realized after talking to them and I heard what they had to offer and everything else, I realized I wanted a female business coach. Well, I'm a female business coach and one that had all of the knowledge and background and experiences that could help her with her type of business and the challenges that she had and the support that she wanted. It wasn't because I was the biggest and the best and everything else. It was because I was the most experienced. I was the most aligned for her. And so this is what I want you to think about, right? With your clients, with what it is that you offer. You really want to think about what is it that is unique about you? What is it that people are going to be aligned with you for? And it's not because you are the most polished or you have the most fantastic branding or color scheme or business name or whatever else. It's about connection. It's about the connection that you have with your ideal clients. It's about alignment. It's about someone feeling like, yes, this person is the one that I trust to help me to get where I want to go. And so this is why you really want to embrace the uniqueness of you. Because I also know as a business coach that not every business owner is my client. There's not every business owner that I even want to work with. There's very specific people that I like working with. And they are people who are very committed to their own personal growth. They are people that want to make a positive difference in the world. They are people that will take action. They are people that are determined to get results. They're not people that want to complain. They're not people who want someone to hold their hand 24/7. That's not my people. And so you need to think about this for you. Who is it for your clients? Who is it that you know exactly what they need? You can speak their language. You know them inside out. You really know what it is that they want to create, and you know exactly how to help them create that so that it's really just an invitation for you to give them. That is the next logical step for them to get the solution that they've already said that they're looking for. And when you think about this, you're not thinking about trying to win somebody over. If you've got to try to win somebody over, you are somewhere else in the whole sales process. And there's a whole 6-step sales process that I teach my clients within both of my business and mindset programs, Business Alchemy and in Elevate. And they are a sales process that's designed to make sure that it's a win-win solution. Sales should always be a win-win solution. You're helping someone to get an outcome that they've already known that they want to get. And something that else will take a lot of pressure off of you is to stop thinking that you're selling yourself. You are not selling yourself. There's a name for people who sell themselves, and I'm not going to talk about that on this podcast, but you're not putting yourself up for sale, right? Don't think of it like that. You're not putting yourself up for sale. You're not asking people to like you. You're not asking people to like you so that they will pay you. You are offering an opportunity for people to step into a space that can help them get the result that they want in a way that works for them, in a way that works for you, in a way that feels aligned and congruent and that you enjoy working with each other. So when you see selling as an invitation, right? See selling as an invitation rather than an imposition, it changes the entire energy of the conversation. You don't have to push. You don't have to chase. You don't have to convince anybody of anything. You just need to show up, share what you have, and trust that the people who are looking for you will recognize it. Hey, that's marketing, making sure that people understand what it is that you do and who you help and how you help them and what results that you will help them get. Sales is then the next conversation, which if your marketing and your messaging is done really well, sales should just be a very, very natural step into the next step along the line for your client, your ideal client, to be getting the solution that they actually want. And this is my invitation for you today, is to really think about the next time you have a sales conversation. Remind yourself that you're not here to make someone want what you have. You're here to help them get what they're already searching for. Your ideal client knows what their problem is. They are actively looking for a solution. They are actively looking for the person that they're going to most resonate with to provide that solution. That is you if you are showing up in your authentic self, clearly talking about what it is that you do and having that intention. And when you truly see selling as service, it stops feeling awkward and it starts feeling like the most natural thing in the world. So many people have a fear of objections. It's normal for people to have some kind of an objection in a sales process, especially if there's a big investment. This is the thing you want to know. It is part of them having an objection to themselves in getting the outcome that they want. Selling is service. It's a service to help people to get over the objections that they have to themselves, especially and only when you know that you can help them. Right? You understand their problems, you understand their solution, you know what they need. You can provide that for them. Then if you don't help them overcome those objections, you're doing them a disservice. Right? Sales is all about service. And like I said, if you want to know more about sales, I've been selling for a long time now. And in my business, I teach my clients very simple sales process, one that is natural, one that is a win-win. But, I can tell you it's not always been natural for me. There was a time, I was going to tell you about this actually. There was a time when quite a few years ago now, I worked in a bank. And when you work in banking is, especially if you're in a branch, banking is a sales job. Your job is to sell other banking products to people who come up to the counter. So that could be home loans, insurance, financial planning, all of those kinds of things. And I hated it. I hated selling with a passion. And in fact, it's why I left the bank. I didn't understand what sales was at that time. And I remember my manager saying to me, Toni, how do I motivate you to hit your sales targets? And I said, but what do you mean? You don't understand. My role here is that people like me and they come up and they wait for me to be served by me, and I count their money really well and I do all their transactions really well, and that's what my role is here. But I didn't understand the service side of it. At that time, I was more worried about the validation. I was more worried about people liking me than I was thinking about what else do these people need? How else could I help them? Could I save them money? Could I help them build their wealth faster? None of that occurred to me at that time. Now, if I was back in the bank, which will never happen, but if I did, I would kill those sales targets. It would be so easy. Oh my God. But it's a different way of thinking about it, right? Think about sales as service. Whenever you get worried about sales, it will be because you're thinking more about you, and you need to flip it and think more about your client. How can you help your clients get to where they want to go faster, with less pain, and at a higher quality than what they could do themselves? If you can do that, people will want to pay for that all day long. So I really hope this has changed your thinking about sales. If you're in business, sales is what you need to be, who you need to be, what you need to be doing consistently. So if you've been telling yourself you don't like sales, you need to flip that and decide it's a skill that you're going to master. And when you do, you'll help more people. You don't need to force sales. You just need to extend the right invitation to the right person at the right time. And know that some people will say no, but a lot of people will say yes.